The rotations that baby makes through your pelvis are called the cardinal rotations. So they're going to move through your pelvis based on where their most space is available for them. So if we look at the top of the pelvis and we look at baby's head, we can see that baby's going to want to fit sideways into the top of the pelvis to engage. So the first thing that baby is going to do is they're going to tuck their chin. So they're going to come into flexion. So they present the smallest portion of their head to the pelvis. After that, they're going to begin to descend. So first, baby starts in this LOA position. So they're going to be slightly diagonal because they want to fit underneath this sacral promontory. So they want to slide underneath it. And then they're going to rotate to LOT because, again, this space they fit the best in because this is the widest space side to side, and widest for them is front to back. So they rotate in to fit into the top of the pelvis. So they have their chin tucked, and now they're descending into the pelvis. Here we're still focusing on the inlet, so that -2 station or above. After baby has entered into the pelvis, now we want to begin engagement. So if this space was widest side to side here, as we rotate to the mid-pelvis, baby wants to fit through this diagonally because this is the biggest space in this part of the pelvis. So baby is going to go from being sideways, and they're going to begin to rotate into an LOA position. So they're diagonal in the pelvis. So they have their engagement and their internal rotation. So LOT to LOA. After that, baby is going to continue this internal rotation until they hit OA. So the back of their head is towards the front of the pelvis. So they're in this OA position now. So this is the front of the pelvis, this is the back, and then baby's head is towards the front. As baby comes underneath this pubic arch here, they're going to begin to extend their head, and this is when baby's head is being born. It's also important to note that as baby is extending, their shoulders are now engaging into this top space. The shoulders are widest side to side, pelvis is widest side to side. So now the shoulders are lining up to the inlet, or this top portion here. After that, baby's then going to take an external rotation, so they're going to rotate back to where they were facing before. Bottom shoulder is going to come out first because the bottom portion of this pelvis is easier to move as opposed to the tissues on the top. So bottom shoulder will be born, and then top shoulder will be born, and then your baby is born. So to refresh, baby is going to enter where there's the most space available for them. So this would be the back of the baby's head here. After baby has tucked underneath the sacral promontory, they flex their head, and now they begin to descend. They're going to fit through this space in LOT, or the back of their head is towards the left hip. After they have engaged and entered into the pelvis, they're going to rotate internally to an LOA position to fit through the mid-pelvis where it's widest in this diagonal position here. They're going to continue their rotation until they make it to the outlet, where now it's time to start pushing. After they've made it into the outlet, you can see that they fit best in the space from front to back. They're going then to extend their head as their shoulders fit through the inlet space here. They're going to rotate externally as the shoulders rotate through the mid-pelvis. Bottom shoulder is going to be born first, followed by the top shoulder, and then baby is going to be born. So babies are going to fit where there is the most space available for them, and their movements are never random.